Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. We are back again. So, we're going to jump right into it. Couple of things that I noticed. If you heard about the hostage negotiation that happened with Israel and I guess Qatar or Hamas or whatever the case may be, and Trump was really trying to elbow in there to say that he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize because he helped negotiate that hostage deal. So let me remind you guys of something, okay? I thought that the U.S. doesn't negotiate with terrorists. Isn't that something that's been said for a long time? But Trump negotiated with terrorists, right? He got paid off by the same terrorists with his jet that's going to be, the taxpayers are going to have to pay to get it refitted to Air Force One that he's going to get to keep. Once he leaves office, he's going to keep that jet. He's going to have his own private Air Force One, basically. And keep in mind, what else, what was the negotiation that these terrorists got? Well, you got to be quiet. You can't say it or the American people will be mad at me. But we're going to give you land in Idaho, where you can have military personnel and F-15 jets in the continental U.S. How does that sound for negotiating? The great deal maker negotiated allowing potential and possible terrorists to be in the continental U.S. with military fighter planes. Because keep in mind, Qatar, they have ties with Hamas as well as the Taliban. Okay? That's cool, I guess. So MAGA, something else I figured out for MAGA, and you guys might want to write this down, okay? I really think that the majority of MAGA hates themselves. Now, here's why, okay? They've been told all their lives how good they were. They were better than black and brown and minorities. That if you work hard enough, you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's what they've been told their whole lives. And they don't understand why they're poor. Or they see black people with rims or whatever, or Spanish people in a nice 4 or 5 bedroom house. They can't understand how these minorities are doing better than them when they're, because they're not white. White people are supposed to be the ones doing good, okay? They can't accept their shortcomings. So what do? They have to blame people for the reason that they're not doing good. Pay attention. This is the psychology. They want to blame black people, DEI, whatever the case may be. Then they wanted to turn around and blame Muslims. 9/11, everything else. But now Donald Trump is allowing Muslims to have, a place in Idaho. Okay, we're gonna just pretend like that didn't happen. Then they want to blame gay and lesbian and trans people. Okay, then they come back to black people, blaming black people again. Then they want to blame Mexicans. Okay, we're gonna build a border wall. You're bringing all these drugs in. And last time I checked, I have never heard of a big conglomerate, mega transportation, air and boat and train company owned by Mexican cartels. Okay, it's all white people bring that stuff in, whether they know they're doing it or not. Okay, and then they're gonna go back to blaming black people for stuff. Oh, look at all this affirmative action, and we need to get rid of the talk about slavery and things like that. Rewrite history. Then they want to switch up, and now it's all immigrants. All immigrants are the problem because they're taking your jobs. They're doing this. They're holding you back, white man. Get mad. Be mad, MAGA. And of course, they're going to come back to black people. Black people is just, it's their go-to, okay? But you notice how they blame everybody, all those groups that I just named. Not once do they blame themselves. Not once do they take accountability. Not once do they say, well, maybe it's not as easy as we thought it was. No, it's easier to blame and say that they're perfect and that things should fall into their lap. Okay. Meanwhile, hospitals in their areas are closing. Schools in their areas are closing because funding is being cut. All this Doge BS. They don't realize it's hurting them. Farmers are losing their farms. And that Oklahoma superintendent who bought all those Trump Bibles with taxpayer money, He's fired because he got fired because he got caught watching XXX videos during a school board meeting. But he's all religious and Bible thumping, and you got to follow the word, but he's watching XXX videos at school on the school campus using the school Wi-Fi. Bruh, can't make this stuff up. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there, and don't forget that Trump negotiated with terrorists for the hostage. That whether he was doing it for us or doing it out of humanitarian reasons or doing it for personal gain, I guess it doesn't really matter. The fact is, he negotiated with terrorists, which I thought was a U.S. policy that we just don't do. Now, obviously, not everybody in Qatar is a terrorist. Obviously, I'm not saying that, but anyway, I want to say thank you guys again for watching my video, and y'all have a good afternoon.